This is like the third take, by the way. So, I haven't been on in a couple days because I had an issue. So I'm going to try not to make you guys dizzy, but let's bring this down here so you guys can see that. Can you see it? Let's see if we can get the right angle on my horrible leg brace. Yeah. So yeah, it's hard to get it's funny. It's hard to get a shot of that. So what happened? Okay. We know I drive the school bus, right? I'm in bus driver drag. We're between runs right now. A couple of weeks ago, we're delivering the lunches to the kids who get the free lunch. We deliver them if they're unable to pick them up. I was lifting an incredibly heavy box out of the short bus, actually. I had the short bus that day. I was lifting a very heavy box out of that, and I somehow turned and twisted my knee because I was trying to lift with my legs, not with my back. And this happened. I tore my lateral meniscus ligament. That kind of sounds right. Basically, and I walked around with like a store-bought knee brace for a couple weeks thinking it would get better, and it wasn't getting better. Well, apparently I've really screwed it up and probably not going to the doctor right away. I screwed it up even worse. So bad on me. Okay. So, but in the meantime, you know me, nothing gets me down. I carried on. So 2 things that I got this week that were, I thought, significant. I went to Goodwill and actually found, separate from the towel sheets, bedspreads, all that stuff, actual folded fabric. So I'm going to show you one of the bags. So $2.99. See the fabric? Let me take it out of the bag. I really like this one. I was afraid this was like tablecloth fabric, but when I got closer to it, it's actually a very tight weave. This pattern is really just a pattern. And it is about, I would say it's a good 3 yards. Let me see if I can get a good shot of it so you guys can see how pretty it is. It looks a little darker green on camera than it actually is. It's actually quite a nice light, I would call it almost a teal green, but you know, for $2.99, 3 yards of fabric, I'm pretty happy. So that was a good one, but there was more. So here's another $2.99. This is some type of a polyester shirting, and you can see it's quite nice. It's quite thin. So remember, I said, wouldn't it be great to make, let me grab the pattern because it's still on the table, this shirt out of a nice, creamy, silky fabric. Here it is. This is about 2.5 yards, so it should be enough for that. But then here was the big one, guys. This was $5.99. And it is about 5 yards. Now, this is not my favorite color, but it is funny sometimes how the universe works. You know, I cut up some silk charmeuse. So what does the universe send back to me? More charmeuse, right? I'm sure this is a blend. But whatever it is, it's actually a good one. It's quite heavy, and it's really beautiful. See, not really one of my colors, though. This is like a very goldish, warm color. I'm much better with the cooler colors. But I think I might... There's a lot of this, and I'm actually thinking of making myself like a dressing gown type thing, like a very, 1940s dressing gown. I might also try and do the pajamas that Gertie had, her pattern online. I might try and do that also. But I spent a total of what, $10 on all that fabric, and that is at least 5 yards. That's silk charmeuse. The other one's 2.5, maybe 3, and the third one is I think 3.5 yards. I didn't exactly. I just did like a quick measurement. I didn't really lay them out and see. But and then Facebook Marketplace. So I see this ad for this woman, and it's 40 patterns, most unused, $20. I'm like, okay, so I call her up, and I noticed it's like a 6-week-old ad, and I'm thinking they're gone, right? So I sent her a text, and she says, oh yeah, nobody wanted them. You want to come get them? I'm like, yeah. She gives me the address. I go and drop off the $20. So, oh, here's the interesting thing. This is the lid too. You know these totes that, like these carrying totes? She gave me the tote it was in. I was like, okay, great. So I had hoped that they were some vintage patterns. There were not any vintage patterns. And I'm going to show you two of the patterns I'm keeping because these are representative of the majority of what the patterns. There was nothing in there that was so like exciting that I'm dying to show you guys this pattern because they were kind of middle of the road. None of the patterns were older than like the late 90s. So, but they were in really good shape. Most of them were still factory folded. Most of them were in my size. They were either like a 14 to 20 or a 16 to 22. There were a couple that were 18 to 24. So I was like, okay. So I took the ones that were still factory folded, put them up on the Etsy shop. If you're interested, go look. I'll put the link down below. And then this one, this is an interesting one. This one's still factory folded, but I went on Etsy and there's a plethora of these. So like the cheapest price on Etsy for this was $3.50. Well, when you add shipping and everything else, I mean, it's like, I might still put it on Etsy because it's really not my style, but it's my size and I thought it was kind of cool. I'm going to show it to you. So yeah, a lot of the patterns were just like this one. They were just a really basic, tons of simplicity. They're almost entirely simplicity. A couple McCalls, a Project Runway, a pattern that was called Fashion Star, which I thought was funny. It's by McCall's, but I guess at some point in time, it has the NBC Peacock logo on it. So I guess NBC did Fashion Star. I guess they were trying to compete with Project Runway. And then this was a cut pattern. It's in my size, but see this blouse right here? This is actually, it's made for cotton knit, but it has a button back. And I thought, well, this is very vintage looking. I could throw some shoulder pads in here, and this would have a very vintage look, even though it's basically just a t-shirt. So I decided to keep this one. It was open. The thing I've noticed is, patterns that have been cut and used just don't get the same amount on Etsy as, still factory folded. Like this one. This one is super cute, but let me show you what a factory folded pattern looks like. See, it's never been cut, never been used. Oh, perfect. It fits. And this is a good one because I've gotten brand new patterns that are factory folded and there's like a stray piece like sticking out up here because the machine just folded it and was like, yeah, that's as good as it's going to be. So that was my week aside from this. I have to go for physical therapy. We're hoping I don't have to get surgery. I'm hoping I don't have to get surgery. The doctor thinks that he can treat it without surgery, which is what I'm really hoping for. And that was my week. So that's where I've been. I haven't done any sewing, like I said. Easter's coming. I have a lot of time off, so I'll probably do some sewing during the Easter break because we have like a full 5 days off. So, and then after that, when we go back, we're gonna have the kids going till 1 in the afternoon. I'll be done by 2 every day. So I'll have a lot more time. And yeah, so I'm definitely, that new fabric, that nice cream fabric, I'm going to work on that shirt. And I don't know if you can hear it, but right now my washing machine is going because while I was at the Goodwill before I found that fabric, I found an absolutely amazing 100% cotton vintage sheet. And it's in the washer, but I took a picture of it. So it's the thumbnail. The picture you see in the thumbnail is this sheet. And I'm going to make this shirt out of that fabric, which is probably what I should have just done ahead of time. I shouldn't probably have even messed around with Joann and trying to get fabric from Joann and everything else. I am going to size it down. As we know, the last shirt, I'm looking at the shirt right now. It's hanging on the door because I still haven't hemmed it. I know, bad me. Once I hem that, I don't know. See, once I hem it, I can't really take it in. But that shirt was too big. So now I know, I guess I'm a 22. I guess I've lost enough weight that I'm a 22. We'll find out. But anyway, those are my plans. And I will keep you guys posted. I will do some more sewing videos. It's just been a really weird week. As soon as I got involved with workman's comp and dealing with my leg, it was like my time didn't belong to myself. I mean, it's basically a part-time job, the workman's comp issues, because they're such a pain in the butt. But anyway, It's a beautiful day here in New Jersey. We are supposedly getting a horrible storm, which is part of the tornadoes that are south. I hope any of you in the south are okay, that you're safe. And until the next video, that I don't know when it will be or what it'll be about, have a great day. I hope it's nice where you are. And, hello, spring. And I will see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, please comment. I love comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.